¿Sí fue ayer? ¿Fue ese ayer? O sea, anteayer.
And we're live, so yeah, welcome to our Mirror Cup Battles and Banter stream. We're featuring none other than ValorAsh Mason tonight. So he'll be taking requests from his Ultra friends out here in chat, and challengers get to pick the format, and then we can force Mason to play Boulder Cup. And
Yeah.
we have,
No.
yeah. And we have AJ Squawk here with us tonight as well, and I think Polymers, has he joined yet? Polymers has joined as well. So
Yeah.
So yep, battles and banters begin. Or Justin, do you want to send a battle to Mason real quick while we wait on, stream to slowly fill in?
Yeah.
Does that sound good, Mason?
Yeah,
Cool.
go for it, man. What does he want? What does he want to play?
Yeah. What do you want to play, Justin? Your call. I realize I've got to change the notification on the Twitch, but the title is correct. Your mic is super laggy.
Yeah, it's
Justin.
clipping a little bit, huh?
Yeah. I'm not sure clipping
Yeah,
is
I'm
probably,
sure
I think
you'll
you're-
do plenty of Twilight tonight. You want?
Yeah, sounds good. I think your toaster's acting up. Your volume is just all kinds of whack.
And Jimma Banks is in here wishing everyone happy birthday again.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Happy birthday to
It
you
was
too.
his birthday yesterday.
I think it's gonna be his birthday tomorrow as well.
Yeah. But because
That's really
Jimma
cool.
Banks has a twin and they were born at midnight, they technically have different birthdays. So it's almost kind of like Jimma Banks' birthday again today.
Is your refrigerator running? I'm not sure what that means. What did Justin say he was going to send you?
Twilight.
Twilight.
Is this better?
Yeah, much
Yes,
better.
that's much better.
Cool.
Are you able to see the screen, AJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to stream, Taub, Siscott, and Ramberto777.
So what's your favorite meta so this far, Mason, of the mirrors?
Twilight for sure.
Twilight? Have you been liking the changes so far?
To Twilight, I think Twilight is still by far the most diverse. Yet, like, it feels almost like a new cup because of the changes. But I think it's important to remember the roots that the dark poisons are still very, very strong and stuff. But the new ones are definitely fun to play.
What have been some new ones that you've been really liking so far?
Toga Kiss. I've really been liking Toga Kiss.
Yeah, that ancient power hits pretty hard to some of the challenges in the
Thanks,
in the meta I've
Kit,
seen.
for following us on YouTube. So yes, we are live on YouTube as well. Are you using your home Wi-Fi?
Oh,
Mason?
he messed up his Switch. Yes, I am. Are the battles going through all right?
It's a little bit laggy.
Yeah.
How bad?
I'm seeing pretty bad. Yeah, it's just
a lot of frame drops.
Images.
Yeah, the frame drop is pretty intense.
What can I do on my end to improve it?
This is your Wi-Fi speed is pretty high, you think?
Absolutely.
I'm not exactly sure.
Do you have any other apps running in the background besides Discord and Pokemon?
Nope, just TeamViewer.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm closing all my apps on my computer, and my computer seems to be in okay situation. So it seems like it's a TeamViewer thing. It's pretty laggy.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to even
I think
tell
yeah.
what's going on.
I
It's
think we
just
can
like,
try and reconnect it. I think he closed
Yeah.
it down, so we'll try and reconnect it.
I didn't close it.
reboot.
It must have
It must have dropped. Okay.
Mhm. Well, dang, I had a really nice battle going.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. He had a favorable lead. You switched to Venomoth. Was that basically it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a
And then
favorable
he
lead,
switched
switched to
into
Venomoth.
Skuntank.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a bad situation for Venomoth to be in. A counter switch Skuntank.
And now he's gonna die with 2 shields.
Yeah, so let me know when your battle ends and we can try and reconnect it.
For sure.
Are you gonna give us the commentary?
He
on
had
what's going
swapped
on?
it. He had swapped out a Toxic Rogue with a Mud Bomb. He just got me. Okay. Right when I thought I had him. Alright, I just sent my team viewer to you again.
Yep.
So while we're sort of having this small bit of downtime, I wanted to remind anybody that might have heard so far and inform any of those who might have not heard about this. We're doing this Ultimate Showdown tournament. When's the exact date again?
31st of August for the Philly East Coast. And
Mhm.
then the week before, so I'm guessing either 23rd or 24th for
Yeah.
for the West Coast in Seattle.
So it's definitely getting a lot of hype on the social media. The idea is getting 8 of the highest rank, Sylph rank players that sign up on our forum. We've been circulating this forum on Ghost Stadium Discord, on Twitter as well, and trying to get the word out there so as many of you sign up as possible. And those that the 8 highest ranked players that sign up are invited to come to this one of these 2 tournaments and just duke it out for all of the Mirror Cup metas, I believe.
It seems like
Boulder
we
through
are our connection is much better now, Mason, for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I moved right in front of my router.
That's a good call. Thanks for that.
Tabascott is asking if something like this is coming to Europe. It's not off the table, but it's not currently planned. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I think we are trying our best.
Yeah.
Scotty is trying to see if we can make it happen, but not confirmed, as AJ said.
Yeah, Ramberto 7777. It is based on whoever signs up. So if say you're rank 100, but ranks 1, 7, 58, and 87 sign up ahead of you, then you won't be eligible to play. But I'm sure we'll accommodate. I'm actually not sure how we're gonna accommodate whether like spectators or whatever.
We'll see.
But I'm
by
sure
the way,
we'll plan something for people.
For anyone here in chat who's ultra friends with Mason, if you want to battle, just let us know in chat, and tell us which theme cup you want to challenge him in, and we can set it up for you. I think I see King here in chat as well. How's it going, Kian? Should we rerun that Justin battle so that we can see how that plays through, or Justin, are you there?
Yeah, I'll play Quizzer again. I can ping him.
Okay.
So we are doing the Twilight meta this time. We're basically running Dark, Poison, Fairy, and Ghost types only, including some of the new changes since February when this was initially launched. And there's been a few changes since then. Charm has been added. A few new Mon have been added. Twilight was right around the release of Frostlass, which is a pretty popular pick since it was launched during Twilight. But definitely have been a lot of changes since then. I think Togekiss is going to see a lot of play here. We're going to be able to see Togekiss in action. And we'll just be able to see a few Twilight matches, and then we'll see what the next match is going to be. Are we waiting on an invite for the previous?
Yeah, waiting on an
stream?
invite.
King
Oh,
is
King wants to do one.
Yeah, King is gonna do a Tempest actually, so that's awesome.
Alright.
King wants Tempest.
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 So scratch all
which
what I
one's that?
said. Tempest is ground, electric, ice, and flying.
Mm.
So Tempest was the Tropius, Altaria, Skarmory metas. And we saw a lot of Lantern in those. Tempest had, I think, a few Wish Cash in there. There was some interesting plays, but honestly, Tempest hasn't changed much since Charm and all that stuff. The only big change in Tempest is probably Swampert having a decent matchup as a Mud Boy against, Lantern and all the common threats, but it's also a pretty decent matchup against Skarmory. So we're going to be playing against King Ivy. On screen, you're seeing ValorAsh. And we're going to see what they have to bring to the table. We don't have any teams, so this is just blind threes.
They are blind threes.
Be interesting.
It's gonna be tricky having
Yeah,
different opponents send challenges and have to set up their sixes.
Mhm.
So this is
Yep.
Yeah, this will work too.
I know a popular team for us was the double electric team. It was just a very interesting lineup. I think it'll see a lot less play now again. That we have Swampert and stuff in.
Swampert in the blue. Yeah.
All right, Magneton against Celio. It's a very favorable matchup for Magneton in this case. Body Slam isn't going to do a whole lot, and the other moves that Celio don't deliver a lot of super effective. So we're expecting those discharges to roll out quickly and hard against this Celio, and he goes for the swap to Altaria. At this point, either a switch or staying with those Magneton in there with a decent amount of energy is not a bad situation for Magneton to be in, since Celio it was able to get a hit in on Celio. So at this point, we're just charging up those Magnet Bomb. Magnet Bomb is going to hit for neutral damage against Altaria. So we're expecting those Sky Attacks to roll out, dish out at least not very effective damage, but it's still going to hit hard since Magneton is so glassy. So anyway, Magnet Bombs are rolling out. It's going to be forcing shields on Altaria. There's no way Altaria can come out of this match alive without shield. So we're just expecting those charge moves to roll out. Magnet Bomb, like I said, it's going to be coming out with a very, very low energy cost, and Magneton has these one of the fastest charging fast moves in the game with Thundershock. That Thundershock discharge combination is really, really great for spamming. And so again, out comes that Sky Attack. It's going to finish up that Magneton, and at this point we get to choose what we use to finish up that Altaria. Out comes his Mason's Shiny Altaria. I wasn't sure if he was fainted or switched out. But that
He
Celio
was
finished up.
such low health. Oh man, I missed one of the flying markers. Oh, I missed
Oh,
two.
bummer.
Oh man.
All right,
But I'll
so
switch in,
Skarmory eats that Sky Attack, which was not at full damage anyway. Swampert has a decent matchup against Skarmory. I haven't studied it as of late, but I'm sure it really relies on locking in one of those Hydro Cans, which are going to charge up fairly quickly if he's running Mud Shot. Now with the current lag I'm getting, I think you're running Water Gun, right?
I'm running Mudshot.
Oh, Mud Shot. Okay, I'm not able to fully
Yeah.
see the details on the screen, but anyway, Hydrocan is going to hit like a truck against Skarmory, and that is GG. Match goes to ValorAsh. How are you liking Swampert so far in this meta?
Swampert, I don't know. It's incredibly spammy and difficult to deal with. I loved
Mhm.
Wizcash, and it feels like Wizcash 2.0 because those Hydro Cannons really hit hard and they come out fast.
It does get walled much more by Altaria as opposed to Whiscash. You just don't know when that Blizzard is going to come out.
That is
Yeah, I
true.
feel like it flips like the flyer matchup, right? Because it gets Skarmory, and whereas Whiscash at least had that bait against Altaria that was never a comfortable situation to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you find yourself adjusting your team comp? Were you running Whiscash before in Tempest?
I was not. I was using No, I didn't. I was one of the few that didn't run Wizcash. I ran Magneton for that little flex
Right.
spot instead.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ran the three main flyers, Lapras, Lantern, and the Magneton.
Cool. Yeah,
That
yeah,
ma-
that's
that match one was a great demonstration in how good Magneton was back then in
Right.
Tempest.
yeah. There's pretty much. I mean, Skarmory and Celio are just about the best matchups that Magneton could be in. I suspect we're going to see a lot less Celio in play.
Oops, I think Mason, we dropped there for a second somehow.
Did we drop for a second?
The
Are we
team
good though?
viewer.
House Stark is challenging you for some Tempest.
Ooh, perfect. Let me try and connect to you again real
Tempest.
quick.
Once we get TeamViewer back up and running.
That's the one we just ran, right?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of Tempest love. Let's
Are you opening the app, Mason?
Oh, we're disconnected. My
Yeah,
apologies.
it dropped there. Not sure what happened.
Okay. Yeah, activating TeamViewer. Give me a sec.
You didn't like try and swipe the app to close or something, right?
I don't know. You would have seen it on stream.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see here.
Okay.
All right, so
We're back.
so we're going to be playing against House Stark.
What was that double electric that we used to run?
It was Lantern and Magneton.
With what? Trophus?
Well, it normally was with like Skarmory Altaria or something like that, I think.
Was it two electric? It was two electrics and a flyer, from what I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta cover
That's
the
a
Whiscash.
throwback.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
All right, so we're starting off Tropius against Altaria. This is not a good lead for Mason. Immediate switch out to Lantern, which is not a good matchup for Lantern, but at this point, he suspects he's just going to get a counter switch, so at least forcing the opponent to make some decisions, maybe farm up some energy while they debate it. So out comes a Thunderbolt. Now, Thunderbolt is only going to hit for neutral against Tropius because of that grass secondary typing. So Tropius is very, very bulky. This is not a good matchup for Lantern to be in, but getting those two Thunderbolts in there is key because it's either going to bring Tropius to a very low amount of HP or force a shield. Ideally, shield, but at this point, this is not a good situation for Mason to be in simply because that Tropius has a decent amount of energy built up. They're even shields, so he's probably thinking, what's the best way I can mitigate my loss here? So we expect that Altaria to come out, except now it has quite a bit of energy built up, and we're going to be forcing a shield unless that Tropius is just going to pretty much sacrifice to save those shields for our third Mon. Out comes the switch out to Magneton. At this point, Altaria switches out to Lantern. Now, if we know anything from previous metas, is that Lantern has a favorable matchup against Magneton if it's running Charge Beam. If it's running Water Gun. But if it's running Charge Beam, which it doesn't look like it is running, it actually flips the match in favor for Magneton. Now, Magneton, with a little bit of energy, it does help, so it's going to be close, and it is going to need those shields to make up for the difference. So out comes the Thunderbolt, I'm assuming. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Magneton is within killing range, and it is going to not be able to
Yeah.
take that hit.
I don't have the IVs to get to a last discharge. Oh, I guess I do. Usually I
Yeah,
don't.
well, with a little bit of energy, it definitely can swing that matchup a little bit. But yeah, Magneton is very, very squishy, so it's very hard to really pull out in front for Magneton. And at this point, whether it's Aerial Ace, Leaf Blade, it really doesn't matter. Tropius, there's no way that it can come out ahead on this matchup. And it's pretty much GG in favor for Hastart, because that is a very, very tough lead to come back from. That Altaria versus Tropius lead. Because you put a little bit of gamble in that, and with the double electric, Magneton only has a decent matchup with Altaria. So it really does hinge on Altaria being locked at some point with Magneton. But GG.
Yep. GG. I was banking on a Swampert somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yep. I guess he was banking on you banking on a Swampert. Alright, double electric versus double flying who aren't weak to electric. Is that? Oh, it is Empoleon Dynamite, I think. That's her one and only Kakuna Matata from PV Poke, right? That's
that is his
Yep.
username
Twitch channel.
on Twitch, yes. And I think even on Reddit.
Yeah, that's his Reddit.
Yeah, that's how I recognize it. Yeah, double electric was very popular for us. I'm not sure. I haven't, dived deep into it yet, but I think of the two, probably Magneton would be the one to drop. Just because of that, maybe Swampert. If Swampert brings those changes, Magneton would be the one to drop in favor for Lantern having that water gun neutral damage. And then obviously Hydro Pump too.
Yep.
And it is not quite as squishy.
GG's indeed. So if anyone here is Ultra Friends with Mason, just let us know which tournament, which theme cup you want to send him, and we can set it up.
Oh, it's Smogon Devo. Wants some battles? Smogon Devo, what meta would you like of the Mirror Cup available? See what he says.
I think that Swampert might end up taking the place of the Electrics in Tempest because their main role was like counter Skarmory and some of the waters. But Swampert beats Skarmory, and I'll have to sim it against most of the waters like Lapras and Celio. But it might take their spot since it fills a similar role and beats them.
Right. Smogon Devo wants to battle you for some Twilight.
All right,
so go
let's
ahead,
do it.
Smogon Devo, send ValorAsh battle invite, and we'll see some Twilight matches. So again, for those of you just tuning in, Twilight is the Dark Poison Fairy Ghost meta back from February. Very, very popular meta here at the Ghost Stadium. We all very much love Twilight. I think there's some nostalgia in it because it was really the first meta that we dived like really deep into, and like that was like where all the first discussions originated from. And it's a very healthy meta. It survived Charm. It survived all of these new Mon being added in. It has a healthy mix of like Legacy Mon and then some non-legacies. I know Polymers and I have been talking a little bit about it, and we must have done like 60 battles the other night.
Oh, yeah. It was
Something ridiculous.
a really high number for sure.
Yeah. And you were talking about Venomoth being very, very central to this meta, right?
I think so. I think with Charm users and thereby fairies, like having a stronger place potentially. I think you'll see a lot more poisons, and Venomoth with that confusion damage is going to be a riser, I think, in Twilight too.
Right. So in any
Oh, I
case, we
should have
have
used a charge.
yeah. So we have T-Tar versus T-Tar lead. At this point, they're both just slogging at each other with smackdowns, and we see Mason go for the crunch at this point, and he forgoes his shield in an effort to get that energy advantage. Togekiss is going to take super effective from those smackdowns, but it is able to finish it up with super effective damage from those charm. So at this point, Togekiss rather doesn't have an awesome matchup against Azumarill just because Ice Beam is going to hit so hard. So we're going to see how Mason is going to be able to leverage those shields to his advantage, foregoing the lead win, so to speak. So in any case, those ancient powers are going to hit all right, and there's always that risk from ancient powers that it's going to potentially boost. So that is one nice little wild card that Togekiss has to offer. And again, those charm, even though it's resisted by Azumarill's fairy typing, it still hits
Ooh, that's
pretty
game.
hard. And then out comes Wigglytuff. Interesting play. Wigglytuff against Venomoth is not a good situation for Smogon Devo to be in, just because those Poison Fangs come out so quickly, and Confusion come out for a lot of neutral damage with this attack-weighted Mon.
Seems to be like a huge frame drop, and then I think his team view
Yeah.
Oh, it dropped again?
It dropped again. Not sure exactly what's up, but during that battle we have a huge raid from Pocket Monster Max. Thanks again for the
Nice.
huge raid again, man, with your 19 viewers. Super appreciated.
Nice.
So we're doing some Mirror Cup battles, so a recap of all the tournaments that have happened up to this point. So at the moment we were doing some battles with Mason in the Twilight theme, but midway through it seems like our connection with him dropped off there, so we're going to try and reconnect with him as soon as this battle ends. But for all the new viewers, yes, thank you for dropping a follow as well. Wanted to point out that Fairy doesn't resist Fairy.
Oh, it doesn't?
It
Damn.
doesn't. It does not.
Well, you'll have to forgive me because Fairy was added after I stopped playing the main series games.
Well, that, and also he thinks that Bug is weak to poison, so.
I did think that. I did think that. And what's most important is that you guys will never let me down. Never let me forget that.
Yep.
Jan, did you connect?
I am trying to right now.
There it goes.
I wonder if this time it's actually my fault or your fault, because normally when it just disconnects, TeamViewer will still be on my computer just without a phone, but TeamViewer just automatically closed, so that was very odd. I'll keep an eye and let you know. But we are back on with you.
All right. Quizzer wants to play again.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so we're assuming Tempest again?
Oh dang!
Or was it Twilight?
I'm not sure when exactly Max dropped us a subscription as well, but yes, that's our Raichu Kappa with a pilot hat. We do have some pretty cool emotes. Your emotes are pretty cool too, but yeah, man. Thanks for dropping us the sub. And you were saying, AJ?
Quizzer, what meta was he wanting to battle in? Do you remember?
Was it the rematch of the same battle before? If it was, then
no,
they
if
were
it was
Twilight.
a rematch.
Usually does Twilight.
He usually does Twilight. Okay, we'll see.
I have a question actually for Kakuna. I know you're in chat. Was PV Poke released during Twilight, after Twilight? I actually don't remember. I think it was at a point where we really weren't running too many sims, and that was like part of the meta digest back then, was that we were running, tests with each other, and I'm pretty sure that if PV Poke had been released, it was just like, it was not as like notorious as it was now. It wasn't like as commonly known. Now it's like a household name in PvP.
What it is?
PV Poke.
Oh, absolutely. I think my earliest memories of it are from Twilight.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
My
how
memories.
that's how we figured out that Haunter was something.
King IV is saying that he used it in Boulder. You know what? That's true. Gots had a massive spreadsheet in Twilight, and that's how he discovered Haunter was putting up those individual matchups one at a time. That's right. That's right.
Please don't lead T-Tar. Please don't lead T-Tar. Okay, cool.
All right, Azumarill against Haunter. Now, this is a favorable lead for Mason here. Haunter is going to be able to take out this Azumarill, and we are seeing the Shadow Ball variant here. Now, Shadow Ball is still going to have a decent matchup with Azumarill. It's able to win with those two Shadow Balls, but it looks like he went for the punch instead, expecting that shield. Now, Smoke on Devil is, or I guess Quizzer in this case, knows his matchups well. He knows that he can't really take a Shadow Ball kindly, so that's why he was able to get that. It is Smogon, okay.
Yeah.
So out comes that T-Tar doing a lot of damage with those Smackdowns, so Venusaur comes out. Not a good matchup for T-Tar to be in, mainly because even though those Stone Edges are going to hit quite hard, Crunch is going to hit hard, it is simply not able to take a single Frenzy Plant. So we're going to be shielding, and we're going to be... Oh, it looks like Mason's going for mostly a farm. Frenzy Plant, like I just said, is not going to be able to... the T-Tar is not going to be able to tank it. So out goes the T-Tar. At least we save a shield.
Oh.
And Wigglytuff is an interesting matchup, but still nothing against Venusaur at this point. There's really nothing that... It looks like his team was triple weak to Venusaur. Really. With Azumarill, Wigglytuff, and T-Tar. Yeah, there's really not much that that it can do against a Venusaur team. So we'll see how it fares. Muck is going to be taking neutral from those Charm. And then Haunter has a little bit of energy, but it's going to be immunity to resistance for that Wigglytuff subnormal typing. So Azumarill comes out, no shields, and Acid Spray? Looks like Acid Spray.
That is Acid Spray.
Yeah.
Even no shields, he just Acid Spray the little dude. Poison jab to death.
So Poison Jab is going to hit a lot for super effective, especially with that debuff from Acid Spray. Play Rough is going to hit fairly hard, and with that full energy Haunter, we're fully expecting Shadow Punches just finish this Azumarill off. That's going to be GG. Round goes for ValorAsh. Now you're running Shadow Ball Hunter over Bomb.
Correct.
What matchups are you sacrificing with Sludge Bomb? Without Sludge Bomb.
To be completely honest, I haven't looked into it that much. The biggest thing that I want to be able to do is hit Venomoth neutrally, at least.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Shadow Punch still hits pretty hard against Venomoth. But, yeah. I suppose Sludge Bomb, you would be sacrificing the Wigglytuff matchup. You'd be sacrificing, not really much against Venusaur. Not really much against Azumarill. I mean, it does hit harder on Azumarill. So it is a win more situation.
Maybe better damage against Umbreon too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And T-Tar?
Well, the rock resists poison, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but Dark does have... Dark's immunity tier resistance against Psychic, right?
Psychic, but single against Ghost.
Yeah, so T-Tar is about as hard counter as it gets. So anyway, it looks like we're running... I don't even know what we're running here. Regionals meta. Okay, so Skarmory against Tropius is a good matchup for ValorAsh here. Nothing that Tropius has can really hit Skarmory pretty hard. So this is just Farm Fest for Skarmory here.
Looks like you
So-
got the air slash variant because those charge moves are coming out pretty quick.
Yeah, so now the air slash variant is interesting because it beats Tropius, it beats some of the other grass counterparts harder, and it's able to spam Leaf Blade much faster. And as you can see, that is kind of necessary against Skarmory, and not being double resisted by those Radiator Leafs is quite nice. So at one point, it's going to either force those. Oh, I guess it didn't force any shields. Alright, so out comes Skarmory. We're fully expecting those sky attacks to just come out. It is going to spam a decent amount of damage against the Skarmory at some point, whether Flash Cannon or sky attacks. It really doesn't have to shield with this amount of low HP on the opposing Skarmory. But, I guess it did shield. I'm not sure what he was going for. Maybe he's just trying to conserve as much HP as possible. But I fully don't expect a shield to be coming out here. We'll see if he goes for it. And he doesn't. At this point, that enemy Skarmory switches out for a Swampert, which has a better matchup, I suppose. He's just trying to conserve those sky attacks for later. But Swampert, remember, is kind of glassy, so it's not like he can take up too much damage. And my screen froze. Looks like Team
Oh
Viewer.
no! This is gonna be an amazing finish.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen with your phone. I think what's happening is because we are screen sharing through this Discord, Mason's phone has to be downloading my video as well. In the back, you know? So after, it seems like after every 1 or 2 battles, the connection just has an issue. So I'm not sure if the goal would be to try and reconnect after and before every battles to make sure that we don't have this drop in mid battle. What do you think, AJ?
Yeah, I mean, you're the techie, so if you think that's right.
Yeah, anything we could do to improve connection would be great.
So what happened there? He switched in Swampert. You had
He switched in
Skarmory's sky
Swampert.
attack ready to go.
Yep.
Did he
So I
shield?
let a sky attack go. No.
And then what?
Oh, he eventually did shield. And then I bought out Metacham. Metacham fainted down his Swampert, and now I have a Zoomerl full health with 1 shield in the back versus his Skarmory that's already in the red.
Oh, you're still playing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Zoomerl never came out.
We are doing this through TeamSpeak, Taco33433.
What a name.
A lot of threes, just 1-4.
Mason, you able to try and connect now, or are you still mid battle?
I am sending you right now. Do I have to send you my code every time? Or...
No, you don't have to send it to me. I know the number. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say back in that Twilight match, I think that frenzy plan actually worked out for you, Mason, because I don't think you get to the second one there maybe without that bait.
Yeah, I ended up once I got to the second one with like 1 HP left. I realized it ended up being the right move.
Yeah.
What it ended up coming down to is that he had no answer for Venusaur.
Right.
He wants more. I expect 3 Venusaur counters. Let's see here.
Yeah, that was not a good situation for him to be in. Like no Venusaur counters in and you bringing Venusaur. Yikes.
Venusaur wasn't really common back then.
I used it.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah. That was in my team.
Nice.
He definitely was not a popular pick with all the poison going around. But
I think it's easy to forget about sometimes, honestly, in the Twilight meta, because you get so used to thinking about the grass typing primarily.
It helped against Tentacruel, against Quillfish, Zoomerl. It was okay against Umbreon, Sableye. It had a lot of decent matchups. I mean, you just don't want to be caught against a Venomoth for sure. Anyway. T-Tar versus a Zoomerl here. Not a good matchup for T-Tar to be in. Immediate switch to the Venomoth. expect a counter switch at some point. Out comes T-Tar. Now, T-Tar has to be careful here because a Silverwind is absolutely just going to nuke it. So he's got to be very careful which one he shields, whether it's the Poison Fang or the Silverwind, and he does not fall for it. Out. Hopefully, no, he's not able to get to that Poison Fang in time. Yeah, this is just one matchup that Venomoth just loses quite hard to. So, expecting the T-Tar to come out in response. He is fully charged up to probably what was that? A Crunch. And T-Tar is able to tank it, so out just comes to a Smackdown, hitting that T-Tar as much as it can before it faints. So Crunch comes out. I'm expecting a shield here. I don't know that he wants that T-Tar to go down. And he sacrifices it, so it will be interesting to see. Azumarill is definitely going to be able to take that T-Tar and is just going to be saving that shield for the Togekiss. So his Ice Beam is going to be hitting Togekiss quite hard, and it's going to be coming out fairly fast here. So I'm not sure what Togekiss and T-Tar at low HP are going to be able to deal against this Azumarill, given that it is so tanky. So we'll be able to see how much those Ice Beam... Oh, I guess it was... Was that a Purf or was that an Ice Beam?
I don't know. I didn't. I was so focused on trying to untap my charge move that I accidentally did. Oh, it drew shield anyways.
Yeah. So he counter switches to Venomoth.
I'm not going to get
still
that
switch locks.
ancient power before he gets the poison fang. No way, I got to it.
He is able to get that ancient power, and that ancient power is basically going to wreck this Venomoth's day. So I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Maybe he's just trying to conserve that Azumarill just a little bit more, but at this point, the charm doing so much damage, I don't know. Questionable play.
I wonder why he shielded the Azumarill. If he would have shielded the Venomoth, that would have been a different story.
In chat, for those of you who are ultra friends with Mason, go ahead and send him invites, but make sure you tell us what Mirror Cup we are running here so that we know and we can tell the chat. Whether it's regionals, Boulder, Twilight, Tempest, you name it. Just tell us in chat what you guys want to do.
My guess is he was trying to maybe farm, because I think he definitely had a Poison Fang. I think he just thought you weren't going to get to that ancient powers as quickly as you did.
Maybe he overtapped?
True. That's another possibility. Maybe he was saving for the T-Tar I had in the back, but it only had like 1 HP.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So this is the
what a lead.
Meta. Not a great situation for Metacham to be in. That Alola Marowak is basically as hard a counter as it comes. Counter switch for the Skarmory comes in Swampert. Swampert doesn't have a bad matchup at all against Skarmory, just because Mudshot is going to charge those Hydro Cannons up pretty fast, doing a lot of neutral damage with that community special move. So we are pretty much seeing whether Mason is going to be deciding to conserve the shield, maybe get a shielded disadvantage out of this poor matchup, and he goes for the shield. So we're expecting that Hydro Cannon to come out very soon. He was tapping furiously against that Sky Attack, but just not able to get in time before that Hydro Cannon, forcing... I couldn't see, was it a shield that you used there just then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did. So you went double.
Yeah, he let the second one go.
Oh, you let the second one go. He had the first shield. Okay. Alright, so we have Shadow Ball nuking that Skarmory. And at this point, it is a rough spot to be in. Out comes... oh, wow.
Yeah, that's game. That's if you get rid of that Skarmory. I guess that would have been tough either way.
Yeah, so Tropius doesn't have a bad matchup against Metacham, just because those Razor Leafs do so much damage, but it definitely doesn't want to be taken...
Tropius.
Oh, it's air slash. Yeah, even worse.
Yeah. It wins like the hands down.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Ice Punch is going to do a ton of damage if it hits, but he's got like 2 shields, so I don't see why he wouldn't. It's kind of risky
Wow.
to not. And he doesn't. Wow. Yeah, that was very, I don't know, risky play.
Yeah, because he knew Ozzy was in the back.
Yeah.
Leaf plate's gonna hurt. I don't like that. This isn't.
Yeah, so we're going to be able to see whether Alola Marowak with a shield advantage and a little bit of energy, getting those shadow balls in time. This is going to be close, you guys, because if he shields this play rough, it's going to be really close.
This is resisted anyways.
Yep. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're able to get that Hydro Pump in, it definitely nukes that.
Yeah,
I think by the time I think I'm gonna go for that second play rough.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's so low.
Yeah, you're gonna be within killing range. Yeah, that's probably the right call. All right, so out comes that play rough, and we're gonna be able to see the damage that this Azumarill does.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That bubble made up the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, not shielding that Ice Punch was risky.
That was definitely the game breaking, because he could have just come in with Alola Marowak and farmed all day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, yeah, he would have had me. Yeah, because I don't have Ice Beam on a Azumarill.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we set up for the next game, AJ and Polly, can you go to the link that I posted to watch the screen share there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we had a question.
What meta does Daku want?
Daku. Oh, there, regional.
He wants regionals?
Yes.
Okay.
So Daku is out in YouTube's.
So we are talking through Discord, but watching it through Hangouts?
Yep. So just mute yourself when you guys join there. The reason is, I think, a little less straining on the computer.
Oh, it's much better. It does feel a lot smoother. So is that our first ban in the chat, John? It's definitely the first one in my mind.
Mason, can we hop out and connect real quick?
Yep, let's do it. Reconnect.
Did you see it drop out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went straight to Team Viewer right now, so we can just reconnect.
Sounds good.
Was that 2 battles, or was that just 1?
2. So
that was 2, right?
It's better now. Not sure what happened.
2 battles and reconnect. That'll be the pace.
Sounds good.
So do you think Water Gun has any play with Swampert, or just the Mudshot energy?
I think it's gotta be Mudshot.
Too much required.
Just all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that paired with Earthquake, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because Muddy Water is just a percentage, just a probability of a debuff.
What is it? Is it 30% of one
30.
stage of attack?
Yep. Yeah, it's
that
30%.
just doesn't seem worth it at all.
Water Gun Swampert actually doesn't beat Skarmory in the 1 shield, I believe it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just doesn't have quite the bulk that Marsh does to get to that second charge.
Okay,
so this one's fun right here.
Yeah. So this really does. Oh, okay, interesting. So he knows he's running the Shadow Ball variant, I suppose. Otherwise, he really wouldn't have switched out. And the Shadow Ball, the Sableye is really not able to take. Oh my gosh!
He didn't know.
Oh my gosh! I was just saying it.
Oh man!
I was just saying.
That's fantastic. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, I got greedy. I got so greedy.
You did.
Oh,
you
went
did
for
get
the
greedy.
Shadow Ball? Man.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Let me think. This is gonna be a losing battle, but I get it.
Yeah. So now Skarmory has a little bit of energy there. He was able to save the Skarmory, but out come the dogs. They're gonna bark quite a bit here. Now Hydro Cannon is still gonna hit Skarmory quite hard.
All right.
Okay, cool. Alright, so where are we? He's got another Sky Attack stored up against this quite glassy Swampert again. Forcing shields. He's going for the double shield on Swampert. No shields left for Mason at this point. He is able to squeeze in another Hydro Cannon before the next Sky Attack. So we'll see if our opponent here goes for the shield. And he does, so that's very interesting. Goes for the insta-switch. Very nice play on Mason's part. Very, very good timing. Judgment call there. Switching out that Skarmory, tanking that last Sky Attack. And Skarmory doesn't have a terrible matchup here. We're probably expecting, Flash Cannons? Just because it's going to be slightly better damage per energy. Oh, I guess he's going for Sky Attacks.
Yeah, I think that's normally something that I decide on the second move, you know.
On the second one?
Yeah, like
That's
just
fair.
timing wise, like am I gonna have enough to get to like another Sky Attack, or is it better to go Flash Cannon?
Ooh, Hydro
Oh,
Pump.
the Hydro.
Yeah, that's rough.
So maybe you were right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flash Cannon would have been better in the end.
In that case, well, because
You're
of the
right.
Hydro Pump, but I was
Yeah.
kind of expecting an Ice Beam.
Yeah, I
An Ice
was
Beam,
too.
he would. Oh no. And
Oh
he's
man.
able to get that play rough. Yeah.
Bit of Earthquake.
I think Earthquake would have been within killing range, right?
Absolutely. Hands down.
Yeah. That's another judgment call. We were saying, I was debating whether or not to use Flash Cannon there. But at the
But
same
in hindsight,
time,
I should have.
yeah,
Then that Hydro Cannon would have killed.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. GG.
What does V Zimba want? What's his? He DM'd me.
He didn't say. He's not in the chat.
He wants regionals.
Regionals. Okay,
All right,
regionals
let's see here.
is a compilation of many different metas. It's easier to say what's not in it than what is. In regionals, Psychic, Monotype Psychic weren't allowed. Normal. What else? Was it Water?
Water's allowed.
Water's allowed. What other types weren't allowed in regionals? Monotypes.
Psychic, Grass are the two ones that come to mind.
Grass.
Psychic, Grass, Bug.
Oh, Bug? Really?
Yeah, because we hadn't had a Bug Cup yet. Yep.
Right.
The normal. Because Jungle was the one that rounded it out all the types that we had not played yet.
Yeah. Now regionals were allowed. They were allowed. I mean, legendaries were allowed in regionals. Right. So that's where Lugia got some interesting play. And it's important that we don't sleep on Jirachi, but Swampert does have a favorable matchup against Jirachi with those Hydro Cannon and Mudshot damage. So he goes for the switch. Azumarill is now matched up against Skarmory. Hydro Pump is going to do a ton of damage. So Skarmory tries to tank this. Azumarill is going to be in a really good spot. But if he correctly predicts that Hydro Pump coming out, and he doesn't, so this is a good situation for Azumarill to be in, because from here he can just probably spam those play roughs and just chonk away at this Skarmory.
I think I'm going to farm him down.
Yeah. Sky Attack does chip away at Azumarill, so it's not like it can do that for too long. Mason here is a very aggressive energy farmer. I've experienced that myself in scrims. So we'll see if this pays off here at a shield deficit. Whether Skarmory is able to get that other Sky Attack, it's going to be close, and he's not. So now it's a fully charged Azumarill, 2 shields to 1. And we'll see what our opponent brings out. Medicham. So
ooh, this is going to be interesting.
Play there. Play rough is going to be shielded. Most Medicham users going to shield here. Especially at a shield advantage. And he goes for the switch. Wow. Very interesting. At this point, it's just a decision as to whether or not we want to conserve that energy farm from previous. And this is not the best team comp to have for Swampert once your Zoomerl is such low HP.
Yeah, especially once I led Jirachi into Swampert. He's going to want to try and hold on to it.
Right. But that being said, Sky Attack is still going to do quite a lot of damage against the Swampert, so it does kind of force those shields. So Hydro Cannon is going to probably take out what's left of the Skarmory, and
Oh, we lost Team Viewer.
Team Viewer dropped.
I have no
Bummer.
idea why this is happening. Did you have this problem when the stream with House Stark was going on?
No.
Yeah, no.
The other day, you mean? With
with
Scotty
Peace and House Stark?
Yeah, no, we didn't. I blame Mason.
I mean, it's a totally different combo, right? Me and Mason, and then Scotty and the other guys.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
not
it's
sure.
definitely not my fault.
Right.
Who wins this no shield Jirachi Metacham matchup?
I would think.
Oh, overtapped.
Jirachi.
Overtapped. I would have had it, but overtapped.
Oh.
How much RAM does ValorAsh's phone have? That's also a good question.
Galaxy. It's a Galaxy S10.
Like 0.5. He sold it. He sold
Are you
some of
Team
his
iPhone?
RAM for a Shadow Ball Hunter.
I'm ready to connect, Jan.
Sounds good.
There you go.
All right. How about we get a poll running in chat? I'm very interested to see what our Twitch viewers prefer as far as the options within Mirror Cup.
Okay.
Let's see what they prefer. I have some guesses here. I know I have some data from Ghost Stadium, but I'm not going to influence your vote. I'm going to just see what you guys have to say. What is your favorite themed cup within the available Mirror Cup options? I know my personal one is Twilight. I know
I thought you weren't gonna influence their votes.
No, well, I'm saying within Ghost Stadium, we've seen those
Gotcha.
votes,
I see.
so we kind of know more or less which ones have been the most popular.
Yeah, I was just.
But I wonder
messing
if
with you.
Twitch. Oh no, Twilight propaganda all the way, man.
Ooh,
All right, so
is this a
we-
even match?
This is another Twilight match.
Simultaneous KO.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. With a lot of energy. So I think
Mm-hmm.
out of that matchup, you're probably. Oh wow.
I think we just bought mirror teams, except he
Yeah.
probably has a zoomer on the back.
Yeah, and that Hunter
I got-
definitely doesn't want to be
I-
stacked up against T-Tar.
Yeah, I have to shield here.
Really, really does. Very aggressive farming on Mason's side for sure. Oh wow.
no.
Oh wow. Yeah, well. So long.
Hasta la vista.
Yeah, not much that Haunter can do here.
He's gonna
With a
get nuked.
shielded-
I think it takes 4. 1, 2. There's
Yeah.
3.
Oh dear.
Bye,
Yeah,
bye,
not
Hunter.
Yeah, poor Haunter. Poor Haunter.
That's funny. I literally swapped Hunter out last, or Venomoth out last second for Hunter. We almost bought mirror teams.
He does take it like a champ though. Hunter's always smiling. You know? All right. We are seeing some votes in here. What are your favorite Mirror Cup themes? Just type in chat which one's your favorite, and we'll be able to see which one you guys prefer. There's a lot of love right now for Twilight. I'm seeing a lot of threes in there. A lot of love for Tempest. A lot
And I
of
think
early votes for Nightmare. Is that right?
No way. Maybe they just are confused with
Oh,
what
just
Twilight
one.
is called.
Oh, just one vote for
This
Nightmare.
one.
That's right.
Um,
Oh, two.
There was a
Two
question
votes.
about your RAM in YouTube. I think they were saying that if you only have 6 RAM or something, it's possible that because it's running in the background, that it's just force closing the team viewer. But I don't know. And unfortunately, I still don't know how to get YouTube chats to be voted in. But if you guys want to just type in your on YouTube side, of course, your favorite themes, we can glance it as well.
I'm seeing quite a bit. A few late votes for regionals.
What is Arrow battling you in?
Arrow is regionals.
Regionals, okay.
Yep. He likes his Swampert, and he likes his Air/Trophus.
Yeah, Air/Tropius is it's just an interesting choice. Had it been allowed in jungle, it would have been the mon to be, for sure. It probably would have been
Well, with the
more broken than Vigoroth.
I guess because it's the only thing that breaks Vigoroth.
Yeah, and breaks
Or
up
feels
just
like
a ton
it.
of other things. Alright, so we have Medicham versus Tropius. Not a good matchup for Medicham here. However, if it is able to get that Ice Punch, it's going to do a ton of damage. So those Leaf Blades are going to do a lot of neutral. So that's a decent spot for, again, Tropius to be in. We'll see if he goes for the bait, and he does. Power Up Punch. We'll see whether Tropius tries to shield
Oh, wow.
it.
I got a shield off that.
Very nice. So at least we're able to get that boost. We're able to get an Ice Punch in there. We'll see if he blocks it or not, and he goes for the double shield. If he doesn't shield this, it's pretty much goodbye to Tropius, right? So at least we
This
forced
is
2
nice.
shields.
Yeah, I have a. Should I? I don't know. I shouldn't have fired this because it's less energy for Skarm to farm. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I would have liked to farm this with Skarmory a little bit
you
more.
can still farm quite a bit though. That's Skarmory. And those air slashes do more damage than Razor Leaf, so I suppose you're just going to be a little bit higher on HP. So he goes for the switch. Out comes Skarmory. Against, now we have Azumarill now. Azumarill has 2 shields here. And he also has a Hydro Pump there, which Skarmory is just not going to be taken well at all. So our opponent here had a really good lead, but getting that Ice Punch, that Power Up Punch bait was pretty critical there for this matchup. So getting those 2 shields against Tropius was pretty huge. So we'll see if that Sky Attack comes out, and sure enough, it's met by his shield. Hydro Pump is going to go unshielded here, and you guys just watch how much damage this really does. It's just going to do just a ton of damage against Skarmory. And finish it off with Bubble, and still have a decent amount of energy for our next matchup. And out comes...
It should be that Trophus, because he's got to get rid of it because I have Skarmory still.
Right.
Yeah, time to just let go.
So we'll see the difference in playstyles here, using 2 shields in the lead versus just more aggressive energy farming. He's got that Tropius. Tropius
Oh,
can
that's
really
game.
much nothing. Oh wow, he's got Bastiodon there in the back. Very risky plays.
Sneaky.
The worst.
Oh,
so
there
it
goes
looks like
Team
our
Viewer.
Team Viewer
We
dropped
are
again.
missing always the best parts.
Yeah.
We
So,
always drop
I'll-
off at the end.
Do you get a
There's not
notification?
really-
Mason, do you get a notification that Team Viewer drops?
Yeah, every time. Takes up like half a screen.
So that means it is disconnecting from your side, yeah?
It just Oh, I don't know if it says that it's me or you. I just know that it says that it has disconnected. It says that it has disconnected verbatim.
I see.
Mhm.
I assume that the flash cannons took out that Bashidon, yeah.
No, actually, I overtapped on a sky attack and he ended up getting a second flamethrower.
Some interesting discussion in chat about like why Boulder is so popular. I think it's just like a mix of things, if I may. Some
Go ahead and
guys are
reconnect,
saying
Jan.
Okay.
because it was like really early, and then some people didn't get to participate, and then some people are saying because now that there's no dupes, it's one of the biggest. It suffered some of the biggest changes with all of the recent additions, all of the different move sets that have been added. I think it's also simpler than that, in that there's a lot of people that are still learning PvP, and Boulder's just like an easy way to get your feet wet. And so, like, a lot of these communities saw, like, a lot of people had interest in Boulder, and it was just like an easy one to sort of learn. Here's your rock, here's your paper, here's your scissors, and you go from there. And so that's part of, I think that's partly why Boulder's so popular.
It's ridiculously over-centralizing with Metagam.
Yeah, that power-up punch really broke things, for sure. So, we have Toxicroak against Azumarill. Now, if you're running counter, this is a pretty even matchup, but if you're running Poison Jab, it does make it a pretty reliable counter to Azumarill. So out
I did
come
not mean to
those
fire that charge.
Mud Bomb, huh? So he's gonna tank that, knowing it's not a Sludge Bomb. Out comes Muck. And this is an interesting team comp just because Venusaur and Muck both counter Azumarill quite nicely. This is a pretty beefy team against Azumarill.
It
So we
blocked
don't lose
that. Interesting.
that much in the lead. Oh wow, he blocked the Acid Spray.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
he was
interesting.
expecting like a Sludge Wave or something?
I did. Before Acid Spray, I ran Gunk Shot.
Oh
Just
yeah,
because
that's so
of
rude.
like the sheer damage that it would put out.
Yeah, and it's just rude. Running Gunk Shot.
Throwing the
a
trash can.
Yeah. Alright, so what do we have here now? Toxicroak against Toxicroak. Now, if we haven't played that match, we just haven't been PvPing, you guys. Mud Bomb versus Mud Bomb. Whoever gets to it quick. It's
Ooh,
really a
fan
matter
him
of...
down.
Oh, wow. Feigning him down with those 2 charge moves ready to go. If Azumarill comes out, it's definitely not able to tank anything from it. Now, Venomoth is a pretty hard counter. We're expecting an immediate switch unless you're locked in.
Yeah, I was.
Were you barely locked in?
I think I had like a second or two on the switch clock. It doesn't matter anyways because there's nothing that I can do.
That's right, because you had
Time to
Venusaur there
let
in the
go.
back. Yeah. I think Venomoth is the hardest counter to Venusaur there is.
In this cup,
Everywhere.
absolutely. No, Fortress. You cannot lose with Fortress.
I mean, Venomoth hits so hard with those confusions versus Fortress kind of needs to do a heavy slam at some point, right?
Nope. Fortress wins even if Venusaur double shields. It wins with just straight fast moves, tanking all charge moves.
Just tanking all charge moves.
Because it double resists poison, it double resists grass. Whereas Venomoth only single resists poison. So it does a little bit more. It only takes 2 Sludge Bombs to take him out.
That's true. But those confusions hit so hard and you're just going to have so much energy built up. I don't know. They're pretty close. I don't know. That's an interesting. I think Venomoth definitely, the advantage is confusion charges up energy a lot faster, and so like whatever the next Mon coming in, it's going to be able to just spam those Poison Fangs or those Silver Winds as opposed to it's gonna have like what, 2 heavy slams fortress or an earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, out comes Venusaur against Skuntank. Not a great place for Venusaur to be in. Skuntank with its flame ability to use flamethrower. It's going to do a decent amount of damage against this Venusaur. It's just really pretty much forces shields on it. So we'll see whether he shields Frenzy Plant. Skuntank does resist that Frenzy Plant. However, it is not like the tankiest mon available, so that is one consideration it needs to have with the Venusaur matchup. So we'll see. Out comes the Frenzy Plant, expecting a shield here. Unless he just wants to sacrifice the Skuntank.
Yeah.
So, he just wants to be even shields. That's more important to him in this case. He's going to finish up that Venusaur with whatever comes next. Toxicroak. T-Tar against Hunter. And we'll see if he switches it out. And he doesn't. He's going to be forcing that shield. Mud Bomb is going to just wreck this Hunter. And the biggest thing that...
my Sludge Bomb is on that side. It's the side my Shadow Punch is usually on.
Oh, yeah, that's because your Legacy has Shadow Ball on the left, which is the first move. Oh, yikes. Yeah, not a great situation to be in. I'm mistaking those two, because Shadow Punch would have hit hard against that.
Shadow Punch would have killed it at that. Yep.
Yeah. And now Sludge Bomb is going to just devastate this Azumarill. So not shielding that was very, very risky for him, and it is not paying off well at all. So you go for the shield, pretty much expecting Shadow Punch to finish off that Toxicroak, if he's able to get it in before the Mud Bomb. Oh, he still has one shield left.
I was expecting
yeah, at this point,
Mud Bomb. There it goes.
Yeah, T-Tar is just not able to pull in that win against Toxicroak. It's
Hold on.
hard. Oh, you did switch.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was able to save him.
I lost some frames there, so I didn't even see the switch. I thought he took down the Hunter.
That was super clean.
Okay, good.
So we didn't drop from TeamViewer yet for 2 games, but do you think you want to just close it and then try to reconnect just to be safe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here it is. What I hit? X.
Yep.
Close connection. There it goes.
And then gonna reconnect.
When I get up to Pennsylvania, I will do I'll do Discord like voice chat, so I don't have to use it on my phone. Let's see, Daku went in Twilight.
Everybody that if Twilight. He had fast attack down that T-Tar, it might have been a win.
That would have absolutely been a win. Yeah. I fully expected it to faint it down. My only hope was that I was trying to catch a Mud Bomb with T-Tar.
Johnny Rose said he went unbeaten at Kingdom because he didn't show up. I guess Kingdom gets a lot of hate because it's so centralized on like 4 different mon, but
Kingdom, Nightmare, and Jungle are definitely some of my least favorites.
But Bronzong broke that up decently.
A little bit, yeah.
So in any case, we have Togekiss versus Skuntank here. Those looks like Poison Jab is just doing just a ton of damage against Togekiss. So we'll see whether Mason goes for the shield, and he does against the Crunch. And we're going for that Ancient Power, which is going to do quite a bit of damage against this Skuntank if he doesn't shield. And it's basically able to finish it off at a shield deficit, but still we're able to take that lead. And I believe that was in a counter switch. Who switched first in that matchup? I think he did. Or you did, rather?
I switched first. He led Toxicroak right into Tyranitar. So he's gonna finish this game with those shields. Because it's gonna be T-Tar on Golbat and then Venomoth on his Toxic Rope.
Yeah. So both
So I'm
of
gonna
these have
switch in.
decent
He's gonna instant swap.
matchups. Yeah.
Oh, I hate how
T-Tar,
slow SmackDown is.
T-Tar versus Golbat is a definitely good matchup, and then Venomoth still has a decent matchup against Golbat. If for whatever reason he didn't bring in Toxicroak. So again, Venomoth's just gonna finish up that Toxicroak, and like a high energy Venomoth doesn't really matter against Golbat, I suppose. You really don't want to be wasting all that energy on Silverwind, but Confusion just does so much damage against Golbat that why bother risking that, right? And so out comes T-Tar. He's going to basically finish it up with Smackdown. And that's GG for Mason, as you were predicting. He's going to finish this matchup with 2 shields. This really came down to fast moves, didn't it?
Yep, that's the quick move Smackdown squad.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tyranitar, Togekiss, and Venomoth. You're really locked into your matchups because of the low energy production.
But often there's not a lot you can do, like on their end, because it. I don't know. If you get locked into the right matchups, it usually ends up well. But it's very hard to wiggle out of a bad matchup because you're relying solely on fast move damage.
Right, for sure.
Whereas opposed like Venusaur and Haunter, a little bit more volatile with their energy gain, can work their way out of bad situations.
Although Venomoth does put a decent amount of shield pressure on, and so does, I guess T-Tar as well, just because those charge moves hit so hard, and they don't take too long to charge.
Yeah, it usually only gets one, but you want to shield that one charge move, otherwise it's taking you out.
Right. People are giving you grief for not catching that null.
All right.
Chief Buddington, thanks for the subscribe. Really appreciate it. Now you can use those fancy emotes that everybody loves. Seem some head knowledge, some Camerupt. And you evolved this, wow.
Yeah.
Giving the
Are you
fans
gonna
what they want.
transfer it? Bet he's gonna transfer it.
This is definitely the first camera to evolve on Ghost Stream or Ghost Stadium stream live stream, right?
Look at that HP. Beautiful.
Man, my best Camerupt is
Quizzer's
a
gonna get-
rank 22, I think.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna have to get a better one. I have to get a 1. That's the golden ticket, you guys. What is this cup that we're running against?
This is Twilight against Quizler.
Got it.
I'm trying to go for high shield pressure here, so I'm trying to think of what I would like to bring.
Well, Haunter definitely puts a lot of shield pressure. Frostlass is really good for shield pressure.
Golbat with that wing attack Poison Fang comes out pretty fast.
Yeah, the Poison Fang just doesn't hit so hard.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
if you charge up to that Shadow Ball, though, a lot of
Yeah, for sure.
can't afford to tank that.
Yeah. So Alolan Muck, you guys, against Skuntank. Skuntank doesn't have too much in its repertoire that can hit Alolan Muck really hard, and that Crunch is able to bait it out as opposed to the Flamethrower, perhaps. Dark Pulse is going to hit decently hard against Skuntank. Is not glassy, I suppose. There's some definitely glassier options, but Skuntank is definitely not like the bulkiest dark poison type. But Muck, I think, takes the cake for that. And don't quote me on that. Someone can keep me honest there in the chat. But it looks like Acid Spray is able to come out against that Skuntank and debuffing it even further. And out comes Flamethrower. Alright. Now those poison jabs are just going to chip away at this debuffed Skuntank, and he's just going for another Acid Spray. Acid Spray really did change things up a decent amount, just because it wasn't available the first time Twilight came out, right? Poly?
Acid spray?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it was.
came out
It
during
was.
Tempest.
Hmm.
No, I think Acid Spray came out halfway through Tempest, right?
Right. It came
Yeah.
out during Tempest and
You're right,
Quagsire,
you're right.
and people were talking about Quagsire.
Mm-hmm.
That's Quagsire was the one. Yeah, that
Mhm.
I'm
first.
not sure if you saw the
Hold on.
question on Twitch chat on from Toby Scott about Legacy.
Yeah, Legacy Golbat.
for Twilight. Yeah.
Yeah, so Ominous Wind comes out.
Oh, I
faster.
switched that. Come on now. Come on, Hunter. I tried to eat that mud bomb with Venusaur and not Hunter.
Oops.
Poor Haunter. He just smiles
Yeah.
through it. Legacy Golbat, Ominous Wind comes out faster, but it's very weak in the amount of damage per energy. The advantage, of course, is that it can boost, so that's a little bit more of a wild card. Strictly looking at Sims, Shadow Ball does better across the board in this meta. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was like the critical error, I suppose, is not being able to switch out that Haunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Really decided the
'Cause
match.
Yeah, if I was down in the shield, I would have had to eat. I would have had to have eaten a charge move. That him not shielding the second acid spray, or me going for acid spray the second time, was my mistake. I should have just dark pulsed my way through.
Right.
Is that
Mason,
2
can-
battles?
Yeah, can we do a quick connect? We haven't dropped, but it surely seems like it's a little sluggish.
Okay. Does it start out strong and then get sluggish?
Yeah, it does. It starts off very clean, and then like towards the second game, midway through, it becomes a little more frame drops. So
Yeah.
I see.
it does seem like maybe the prioritization of your phone just maybe changes.
Mhm.
Oh, why does your number not show up anymore? Oh, this one, right? 77592.
That's the code for anyone wanting to remotely view my phone. The I'll just called out.
Did it work? Okay, cool.
I'm getting some grief about Froslass.
Frostlass.
I
Frostlass.
think.
Yeah, you see how smoothly everything is when we just connect for the first time? Can definitely see the difference. Frostlass.
I'm looking at it. Smogon is how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Smogon?
Smogon Devo.
And so they put it with one S, so I don't know what
Frost.
they say. Fros.
Frostlass.
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 Well, wouldn't they put two S's if they wanted to say it like that?
It's like frost, like for frosty, and then lass as in like
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's spelled with one S in the beginning.
Right. So it's the FROS part is connected, and then the LASS part is the other word.
Right. Like frost is only one S.
But it has a T.
Right. But I'm saying that's why they join the words like that without the double S.
Mm.
Frosty lass.
And they misspelled it on their site. They put Frost, two S's.
Who misspelled it?
On Smogon.
On Smogon. Oh.
So I don't even know how reliable this is.
Ghost resist poison, correct?
Ghost resist poison. Yeah, that's part of
Ghost
the appeal
resist
of
bug.
Haunter.
Yes.
Resist bug. Resist bug. Poison resist poison bug, or ghost resist bug. That's why I was...
So ghost also resists poison.
So both poison and ghost resist bug?
Ghost resists both poison and bug.
AJ, your mic is sparking a bit.
It's sparking.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Is it done now?
Oh man. That was not an Aquatail.
Crunch.
Oh, that is. What does he have?
Yikes.
Why would he send out Golbat? I wonder if he has Venomoth in back. Does he? Did he bring both Golbat and Venomoth? Did he try and like double wing me? I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing really here that Golbat has that can really threaten T-Tar.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have 2 shields left. Might as well use them. Oh wow, he did.
He had Venomoth.
Yep.
I think that was a misplay.
Well, even if he would have shielded, I would have fast moved him down. That's crazy. Well, I'll take it.
I guess he was really fearing the Venusaur.
So Mason, I'm curious. You're running Togekiss. Have you tried Wigglytuff in like your Twilight scrims, or have you stuck with Togekiss as like your charmer?
I have not tried with Tough, and I'll try it out. I mean, as you can see here, it's got pretty good PvP IVs. I like Togekiss, and it ties with Wigglytuff, as we saw
Yeah.
earlier.
I mean, and that ancient power charges a little faster, you know, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. The chance of a boost, especially if Togekiss gets that boost. Jan,
Oh,
Jan, what cup we doing, Jan?
Oh, I sent you a jungle.
Jungle. Oh, why?
Jungle.
I mean, we haven't done one today, so might as well.
All right, get that friendship interaction in.
I'm not watching screen, don't worry.
Oh, that's fine.
So you have to let me
We're
know if
playing.
we drop off.
You're playing against Quartz.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can go ahead and commentate. This is a pretty bad lead for me in general.
I'm having some technical difficulties.
It's Vigoroth versus Vespiquen, and
Okay, there we go.
so Mason goes for the body slam. Are you caught up, AJ?
Yeah, so let's see. We got the Vigoroth Vespiquen matchup. It's a good matchup for Vespiquen, mainly because it's able to tank those body slam even with a little bit of energy advantage. Vigoroth is not in a good spot here. X-Scissor is able to just spam, and Bug Bite is able to just get a lot of neutral damage against this Vigoroth. So out comes the X-Scissor. Is chipping away at that Vigoroth. There's really not much it can do other than hopefully at least maybe get a shield advantage here. But really, X-Scissor is just able to chip away at it, and now we're at a shield advantage, but at a lead deficit. So Magneton has a really decent matchup against Vespiquen here, although X-Scissor is still going to hit decently hard, and Power Gem is going to do a ton of damage against this Magneton, which is really squishy. So we see Mason here going for a lot of energy farm here, and he finally goes for the discharge. Out comes discharge. Not expecting a shield here. Really not much reason to save Vespiquen at this point, just because it did its job. It took out Vigoroth, and that's what it's for. Alright, so out comes discharge against Lantern. Enemy Lantern is the bulkiest electric type within this meta, and it will be able
Please
to
Vigoroth.
tank
Please
that
Vigoroth.
discharge.
Please Vigoroth. Oh, Noctowl. You
And
gotta be
he's
kidding me.
bringing out Noctowl, so yeah, that's interesting. I'm not sure shielding that discharge was the right play. Sludge Bomb is going to hit decently hard against Noctowl, but there's really not much that... Oh, I guess at a 2 shield advantage.
Yeah, he's got a
He was
huge
able to
shield
pull it out,
advantage.
yeah.
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 It's gonna be
So
tricky
this-
though, because I have to get him before his Sky Attack wears me down, and then before the
Right.
Water Gun wears me down.
Yeah, that's true.
But I have to hit every single one of these dots, or like poison icons.
That's the biggest
There you
challenge. Those dots. You can't miss the bubbles.
Oh,
Come at me, Jan.
Oh, dang.
Oh, this is
Oh,
gonna be so
wow.
close.
Yeah, those
Watch me miss
water
a
gun's
leaf
gonna hit
icon.
so much. It's gonna hit so hard. This frenzy
Oh,
plant,
it kills.
and it crashed. The team viewer crashed.
Oh, team viewer crashed. Wow.
No way,
it crashed.
Yeah.
Right as the charges.
It doesn't.
Kinda like-
He killed it. He killed the the Venusaur killed my lantern with one hit. So.
Yeah. To be expected.
Mhm. Dang.
But it was close, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what. Maybe you're right that the shield from the lantern was probably not correct. GG's though.
Yeah,
Jeez.
shielding that discharge is rough. I think Noctowl would have been able to make up for the difference there.
Mhm.
And being down 2 shields against such an aggressive energy farmer is rough.
All right, Mason, I'm gonna try and connect to you. Not sure how much
All right.
longer you want to battle for, but
Y'all battle until y'all cut me off.
until we cut you off, we can keep going for a little more. Anyone here wants to send him a battle?
I got one. Regionals
one?
with arrow.
Perfect.
Yep.
Where's Arrow from?
Arrow is from Waco. He lives about an hour north of me currently.
Okay.
Waco, Texas. So.
Cool. Is there a pretty big PvP scene there, or is he pretty much forced to do remotes?
There's actually a decently. It's not a huge PvP scene. It's a pretty small city. But it's smack dab in the middle between Dallas and Austin. So he's gone both ways for tournaments.
Right. Alright, so we got Bastiodon against Lantern here. And that is not a great matchup for Bastiodon at all. So he goes for the switch to Medicham. A little bit of energy advantage against this counter switch Azumarill. We're not expecting a shield here. Power Up Punch, he's really just doing it for the buff. And hopefully, maybe, pull out the win with that 2 shields. We'll see if Mason goes for this particular technique. The thing is, he does have to worry about that Lantern later on against Sebastian. He doesn't want to be caught taking a Hydro Pump from that Lantern. So we'll see whether he goes for an Ice Beam or a Play Rough, and sure enough, Ice Beam comes out. And at this point, we're just spamming Play Rough, get that little bit of a boost, and hopefully just chip away at this Azumarill. Now, Ice Beam Azumarill has a better matchup against Medicham than the Play Rough Hydro Pump variant. It's just less dependent on those Play Roughs to chip away at Medicham. So out comes Ice Beam, which is going to do next to nothing against Bastiodon. So we expect the counter switch. Lantern comes out, and we're back to square one. Except now, Mason is at a energy or a shield disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah.
So we're expecting that Thunderbolt. Oh wow.
I wonder if he only partially charged it.
Yeah. It's
Smart move.
interesting. It is a smart move.
Bastiodon is pretty tanky, and so is Lantern. I wonder if he intentionally undercharged it, or if that was a full health.
Yeah, well, getting this much energy on a Bastiodon and just chipping it away with water guns is definitely a better play if you calculate that. But it's one of those things where this Medicham is not going to be able to tank a incoming Thunderbolt. Skarmory certainly isn't able to. So we'll see what plays Mason has up his sleeve. Skarmory does have a decent matchup against a lot of things, so we'll see whether he was leaning on that Lantern to deal with Skarmory within his 3. So out comes a Power Up Punch. I believe this is like a 3rd Power Up Punch, so, Medicham is quite boosted at this point. And out
Man, that would've been
comes
close.
the Thunderbolt. Wow. Yeah. Those thunderbolts, man, they hit so hard, and Lantern is just able to just tank so much stuff. So, definitely one of the more favored electric types within Great League PvP.
If you bought that Air Slash Trophus again, what about Skarmory?
Okay, so Skarmory versus Skarmory, shields down. A little bit of energy lead on Mason's side here. So we'll see. They're just going to be slogging at each other with Sky Attacks, I suppose. We might get a Flash Cannon here and there. But for the most part, it's just going to be Sky Attacks coming in from both sides. We'll just be able to criticize if Mason misses a bubble. So there's no pressure. Chat, just be ready to roast Mason if he misses any bubbles from these charge moves.
Oh, free
so
heart,
out
free charge,
comes-
free charge, free charge.
Oh, wow. So I think he was just hoping... Oh, damn.
I would have had to farm it. I
Yeah.
didn't have an option.
Yep.
Yeah, I think what you were just hoping... he was just hoping to get you immediately in and get that Sky Attack, finish it up with the rest of his Skarmory.
Yeah, I think so. Try to
That was
empty
close,
some
man.
energy.
That was close. I think that's the right play, though. Trying to farm it and hope for the best.
Yeah, because either way, it's a losing battle. So, and if I would have won that, then I would have had 2 Sky Attacks for his Skarm, so it would have been close at least.
Right. Now, in your regionals tournament, you ran Gallade, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you see any argument for Charm over Confusion on Gallade now that Charm's been added?
I think that if you really wanted to run Charm on something, Gallade is an excellent platform for it because it learns Leaf Blade, which is low energy cost, high damage.
Mhm.
I'm just not entirely sold on the idea of Charm on Gallade because it doesn't
beat. It does beat Medicham 2 shields.
It doesn't get the
That
stab.
is
Yeah.
right.
right.
That's true.
I mean, you beat Medicham 0 and 1 shield, which is nice, without Charm. I guess Charm just makes it 3 even with 2 shields.
Right.
I will say, like, a lot of simmed it a little bit, and a lot of the advantages that Gallade gives as like a confusion user to counter the poisons, but also that leaf blade damage to counter like the mud boys, or potentially even win the lantern and Hazu matchups. It can't do that with the charm because it can't get to the leaf blades as quickly as the confusion version, and it's a little glassier than say like a Wigglytuff. So I don't know.
This
I
time,
think they're better charm users.
yeah.
Yeah.
This time I get to correct you guys because it is saying Gallade. I'm definitely reading G-U-H.
Gallade.
It's Gallade, not Gallade?
Gallade.
Yeah.
Gallade?
Gallade.
It says
I know-
G-U-H on Smogon.
Gallade.
Yeah, then it's
Gallade.
Gallade.
I think it's supposed to be
Zionic
like
says
Gallant.
yeah, Zionic says Gallade, but that might just be because he's across the pond. What does C9? What does Cloud9 want? Did he type anything in the
did
chat?
he say anything? He didn't say on chat.
Honestly, the best policy is just wing it. If someone corrects
Mason,
you,
can you
tell
just
them.
switch over to the TeamViewer app just real quick? You don't have to do anything. Just go there and make sure that, remind it that you're using it, and then you can go back.
Is this me reminding it?
Yeah,
Did I
that's
remind
fine.
it?
Yeah, this is probably fine. Top tier strats.
Man, pick one. I get a free pick here.
AJ, pick one.
Oh, well, we haven't done...
Regionals. He won
Nightmare?
regionals.
Ah, he went regionals.
No, do not make me do Nightmare.
He says
That's
regionals or whatever the stream wants.
But then he called regionals when we didn't decide anything. We could have made him
Yeah.
do a kingdom there.
Yeah.
What
Do you have,
I want?
Do you have a Blast Burn, Blaze Kick, Blaziken ready?
I don't.
Jason?
I don't have it double moved. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not even powered up.
Now is
He wants Kingdom?
Blast Burn just overkill on Blaziken though?
It comes out.
I think
Doesn't it come out quicker though?
Then
the Blaze Kick.
Blaze Kick comes out
quick.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's his
Yeah, but-
best like sort of shield bait.
but Blast Burn, I mean, just
Right.
it nukes stuff for sure, but it just kind of seems
Right. I mean, I think Blast Burn would be for like the post knockout switch in.
right. If you're finishing something up with,
Right.
Now I haven't had the TMs to do
Counter.
it myself, but I am liking the Psyshock Bronzong in general play. I think it's the move that it really needed. It does have hard competition with Jirachi though, sharing the same types.
Hmm.
Yeah, I loved Confusion, Psyshock, Hypno in like all the world scrims that I was doing.
We
So-
reminded TeamViewer, but it didn't work. It died right at the beginning of battle this time.
wow.
Not sure if you guys want to quit the battle to reconnect, but
Mm-hmm. I mean, I let Altaria to Bastiodon. I'm okay with restarting.
so it doesn't work that way, huh? We have to kind of just forcefully reconnect it. Chat is saying that they're gonna unsubscribe from our channel because you didn't do the camera up lead. Do you even have a Great League camera up with
I
don't even
do.
what moveset?
I'm so ashamed, but I do have one.
Did you open TeamViewer up? All right.
I'm in the middle of getting spanked. Okay, hold on. There it goes. Go for it. Did you get it?
Yes. All right. If you want to hop back in.
There's that story. Oh, one of the little bubbles flew away. Bye bye. Here comes that Bastiodon. He's thinking about it.
AJ has to BRB, so Justin, you want to
Oh,
carry
gotcha.
the commentary?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Sorry.
back.
Oh, he's back.
All right.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
took away his chance. He was just about to shine.
No, go. I want to hear Justin do it.
Well, this game's pretty much over. I mean, should I get a fresh start?
Nice.
Yeah, so Lucario with the Shadow Ball. We get a draw shield from T9. And then Charizard's just going to finish off Lucario here. So here comes the Altaria with very low health.
Not even worth
Yeah,
resuscitating.
yeah, the Dragon Claw is just going to take it out.
Bye bye, buddy.
So I'm getting the sense that Justin's commentary is matter of fact.
Well, this is over.
Well, Mason wasn't giving me a lot to work with at that point.
Yeah.
I lit Altaria and a Bastiodon. Like,
And
it's really hard to come back from unless you bring
Yeah.
like a really lopsided lineup.
Yeah, shy of like misplays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What meta was that?
Ooh,
That was
he's
regional?
asking for Boulder now from Daku.
Kingdom.
Oh, that was Kingdom? Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna pull some weird on him.
Right. So we said we were gonna do some Spanish commentary. So
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're going to be
Yeah.
doing, not to shock you guys, we're going to be doing just a couple battles, and I'm just going to be commentating in Spanish, so we can cut up the video and use it for folks. There's a very competitive PvP scene down in South America,
Yeah.
so maybe we can showcase that. So don't be totally shocked, you guys, for if you don't understand Spanish. It's just going to be for a couple battles here.
And you've been doing some homework, right, in terms of like understanding the
No,
common phrases in
no.
Pokemon? No.
No, zero homework. No,
Alright.
we
Well,
will be getting the homework in.
this part
but,
right here will be in the YouTube video. So if you guys speak Spanish, write in the comments how can AJ improve. Go ahead.
Bueno, pues vamos a ver. Torterra contra Skarmory no es una buena batalla para Torterra. Inmediatamente sale para Swampert. Swampert al menos va a poder con los Hydro Cannons, va a poder hacer un poco de daño contra Medicham, pero a la misma vez los Power Up Punches van a hacer mucho daño, se va a subir mucho el ataque de Medicham. Entonces no ha podido conseguir su Shield. Vamos a ver si salen los escudos para este Power Up Punch y no. A la misma vez, Power Punch no es que haga mucho daño, pero a medida que Medicham sube su ataque, va a ser un daño muy alto en los siguientes batallas. Entonces vamos a ver Hydro Cannon. Por fin sale el escudo de Medicham. Un escudo contra 2. No esperamos que salga el escudo en contra del Power Punch. Va a caer el Swampert. Y al menos así nuestro Mason aquí va a poder atacar con una ventaja de escudos. Entonces sale Torterra, seguramente. Torterra va a poder terminar este Medicham con los Razor Leafs. Y esos Razor Leafs van a hacer un montón de daño y se va a poder resistir los ataques de Medicham. Vamos a ver, sale Skarmory otra vez. Y en respuesta sale el Medicham. Entonces el Medicham se ve encontrado contra un Swampert Shiny. Vamos a ver si este Shiny va a poder hacer un poco más de daño, como dice Gemma Banks. Los Power Up Punches va a subir el ataque de Medicham. Entonces estos Hydro Cannons va a poder salir los escudos en contra de los Hydro Cannons. Y Medicham se ve en una situación favorable, sobre todo porque Skarmory no resiste los ataques de Power Up Punch contra Medicham. Entonces con la ventaja de escudos, Medicham igual se puede salir con la suya en la victoria aquí. Entonces sale Skarmory con todo su HP, pero por no haber escudado el ataque de Hydro Cannon de Swampert, al final acaba siendo derrotado el Medicham. Sobre todo porque no usó ese escudo. Entonces eso es un ejemplo clásico de nuestro contrincante aquí, Mason. No usando escudos, es muy conservador en lo que se trata de acumular energía con los ataques rápidos. Entonces GG, la victoria va para nuestro contrincante. So I was roasting you a little bit for not using shields there against that Hydro Cannon.
There's 2 shields at the end there.
I don't know what I was thinking, man. Yeah. The second I didn't shield.
Sí, entonces chicos, lo que se ha aprendido de ahí es que el Hydro Cannon hace muchísimo daño contra Medicham. Y eso es en el Boulder, que va a ser muy popular este mes que viene. Sobre todo porque muchos jugadores no pudieron participar en Boulder. Swampert ha cambiado unas cosas, Charm ha cambiado cosas, muchas cosas han cambiado desde Boulder. Entonces, sobre todo porque ahora ya no se pueden usar más de un Skarmory, no se puede usar más de un Medicham, solo se puede usar uno de cada en tu equipo. Entonces han cambiado bastantes cosas en Boulder, pero sobre todo la adición de Power Up Punch a Medicham ha hecho que sea muy central a Medicham el juego de Boulder. Entonces vamos a ver qué trae V-Zimba contra ValorAsh.
What's my name in Spanish?
ValorAsh, Ceniza Valiente. Entonces vamos a ver.
This is not Twilight.
It's Tempest,
Oh
actually.
man,
And we disconnected.
it disconnected.
So,
Okay.
Okay. I think we'll crop the video way before this part, but
Yeah, that's fine.
that's nice.
We'll crop it right at Ceniza Valiente.
Now all the Spanish people can watch me lose with 2 shields.
Good.
Or we can do another
It's an
one.
education.
We
We can do another one.
have to
Okay.
reconnect though. Did you quit that battle?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I did.
Zimba did say Tempest. I'm
opponent
not
quit.
sure if you saw it, but I didn't want to interrupt.
No,
Yeah, he did type it in
definitely
chat.
did. Definitely
just-
did not see that.
Yeah,
What did he
And-
bring?
he brought Twilight
Oh, he brought Twilight against your
into a
boulder.
Tempest battle.
Oh, against
How about-
Tempest.
There's a lot of power in Tempest.
A lot of big boys. I don't think my Twilight squad would have done so well. Ooh, flying is eligible, right? So I guess that's one for Togekiss.
So yeah, I think we can go ahead and give that Spanish commentary one more go.
Yeah. Again, you guys, this is just as a little bit of experiment, getting my feet wet, really, with the Spanish commentary. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna learn the terms and see exactly what you guys.
Yeah, and again,
Are,
this will be on
using
the
them.
YouTube. This will be a YouTube video. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, type in the comments what AJ might have said that is not native, and yeah, see if you can get better at it. And we'll go.
Entonces vamos a ver, Lapras se ve opuesto contra el Skarmory. No es una mala situación para Lapras, sobre todo porque simplemente puede salir los Surf. Va a hacer bastante daño contra el Skarmory. Y los Surf se cargan bastante rápido. Entonces vamos a ver si el Skarmory acaba saliéndose de esta batalla. Pero no me lo espero, porque sobre todo los Sky Attack va a hacer bastante daño contra este Lapras. Y por lo menos van a salir los escudos. Entonces aquí nuestro rival no quiere usar escudos, pero quiere intentar forzar la situación de escudos contra Mason ValorAsh. Entonces sale otra vez el Surf en respuesta a este Skarmory. Vamos a ver si por fin sale un escudo. Y un poquito de lag aquí en respuesta al Surf. Y sí, ha salido un escudo de Skarmory. Vamos a ver si Mason decide escudar este Sky Attack, y sobre todo para poder salir ganando en esta batalla de Lapras Skarmory. Y va a ser muy cerca porque sobre todo Lapras no recibe mucho daño de esos Sky Attacks, pero Surf sí que va a hacer mucho daño. Entonces, como mínimo van a salir 2 escudos en respuesta, y como máximo va a poder ganar esta misma batalla. Entonces, Lapras, esta es una muy buena situación, sobre todo para Mason, porque no hay mucha energía que se pueda ganar contra el Lapras aquí con tan poca vida. Y estamos el Quagsire contra Lapras. Los perros de Mason sí que suelen ladrar bastante, entonces hacen bastante ruido y los hemos tenido que mutear. Pero Altaria, lo único que tiene que cuidar de Altaria contra el Quagsire es que los Stone Edges van a hacer un montón de daño contra este Altaria. Entonces está intentando pues conseguir un poco de energía antes de salir estos Sky Attacks. No se sorprendan de todo porque se acaba acumulando más energía de lo necesario para salir esos Sky Attacks. Entonces esperamos. Vamos a ver si sale el escudo. Puede salir muchas cosas de estos Quagsire. Pero sale Stone Edge. Ya os dije que va a hacer un montón de daño saliendo de ese Altaria, pero lo puede resistir, lo puede aguantar. Lo que no puede hacer es lo que no puede aguantar es 2 Stone Edge. Entonces esperamos el segundo. Lo escuda muy bien. Y lo único malo que hubiera sido es si hubiera sido un Acid Spray. Pero sale el Sky Attack y va a terminar este Quagsire. Y vamos a ver qué sale en la última batalla, en la tercera, contra este Altaria. Y sale el Swampert contra Swampert. Entonces, en esta situación le favorece a Mason, sobre todo porque aunque no hay escudos, el Swampert puede debilitarlo bastante. Y entonces pues acaba saliendo el Altaria en cualquier momento. Entonces esperamos el Hydro Cannon o Earthquake. Van a hacer un montón de daño contra nuestro Swampert, pero recuerden que aún hay un Altaria ahí listo para terminar a este Swampert enemigo. Entonces lo que pasa aquí es que el Swampert va a terminar el Swampert nuestro, pero como tenemos el Altaria para terminarlo, con 0 energía, Swampert realmente no tiene nada que hacer, y eso es GG. Mason se lleva la ganancia. Se lleva la victoria, mejor dicho.
¡Que sí!
That was a good game. Well played. The switch out at the end.
Yeah.
But it turns out that Earthquake and Hydro Cannon did about the same amount of damage there.
Did he just have poor IVs?
I'm not sure. I mean,
Also,
his Hydro Cannon took out a huge chunk from you, almost as much as your Earthquake did. And then he could fire off 2 Hydro Cannons during that period. So I don't know. That was interesting.
Hold on, Arrow. C9 wanted something.
We're getting one in Irish, an Irish cast.
And then someone was asking
Being
for
requested.
Mandarin. The thing is, I can speak Mandarin. It's just I don't think I can commentate a Pokemon battle in Mandarin at all.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Cause I stumble a little bit. It's not like
It's
the
rough,
common thing
man.
I say.
Well,
What?
Batian Lozano is saying that your Spanish is actually impressive.
Oh, Spanish is my native language, so
Muchos gracias.
which is
Oh
gracious.
gosh, that hurts. The way he said that. Oh gosh.
And quesadillas.
Quesadillas.
Man, can I have some quesadillas, please? Por favor.
Por favor.
Por favor. Por
Have you ever seen
favor. Una
what's that movie
cerveza
with,
más.
what's that movie with Brad Pitt and they go around killing? I don't know what words I can say on stream. It's Inglorious, and then it starts with a B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
When he's
You can
like
say
at the very
bastards.
end. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a great movie, but when he's like trying to speak French.
Oh yeah, it's like it results in just everybody getting shot.
Yep. Bonjour.
So what's interesting about the Magneton Lapras matchup is that Magneton just really can't take any surfs, and Lapras likewise just can't really take discharge that much. So it really does force shields on both sides here.
Magneton will actually straight up lose the 1 shield against
Yep.
Lapras.
Yeah. So either you burn all shields or you end up at a shield deficit. So we'll see if he goes for that.
Dang.
Wow,
I have
that
to
is
double. I
rough.
have to double shield to stay in. Yep.
Mhm.
Smart decision there. It's gonna be something stupid like Swampert.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, what? Oh no, no bueno.
That is not good because he was able to get that discharge out before you, and you were just trying to farm him a little bit, huh?
Punished. Did you swap incorrectly in there?
Yeah.
Yes. This is gonna be a rough day.
This is definitely rough.
Well, don't worry. I think Team Viewer might come to your rescue soon.
Yeah.
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 Team Viewer is getting a little sluggish here, so it might just drop.
Uh oh.
Save some face
Yeah,
here.
Team Viewer to the rescue here.
Now in this
Did it
case, it'd be better to just be using Magnet Bomb. I think that's like somewhat of a misplay. Magnet Bomb would be doing more damage against Swampert than Discharge at the same energy cost.
That looks like a misplay. Is that how Tristan says it?
What? How does Tristan say misplay?
I don't know, but Honda was trying to make fun of it.
Misplayo.
Oh man.
Mrs. Play, can we do that again? Alright. Yeah, I think this is pretty much a wrap, right? Because...
Well, he has that Lapras I still gotta chew through. It's got like
Yeah.
1 health or something, but I don't want to get smacked with an Ice Beam. Well, there's no way. He discharges energy, so...
Misplay.
Yeah.
Un pico miso playo.
That will not be part
Yeah.
of the Spanish clip video, but but we won't forget it though.
Fly me down to Argentina. I'm ready, boys.
So you
I'll
actually
merge
won
right
that?
in.
You actually won that battle.
I did.
And then the Team Viewer crashed.
And then TeamViewer crashed. All right, that's good timing.
Good timing, as in to end the stream or to reconnect.
I can reconnect. Keep going. I didn't know how long you want to do the stream for.
I mean, we're on 2 hours, but we can go a little more.
AJ,
what's
you
your
want more?
schedule on EJ?
I can do a couple more, and then I
Okay.
do need to go.
Sounds good. So we will
All
do
right.
a few more. I'm not sure if you have someone already lined up, but last few rounds of battle, guys. It's been a pretty fun stream, and definitely glad that you are able to battle today. Let's get Team ValorAsh.
I'm ready for it.
Sounds good.
After I move to Pennsylvania, I have so
Yeah,
much free time.
that'd be amazing. While we're doing that, AJ, do you want to remind the viewers on the Ultimate Showdown one more time?
Yeah, Ultimate Showdown. If one of you could please post the link to the forum. Basically, you can sign up for this, and at the end of the month, this month, we will take the top 8 ranking Sylph players from that forum, and we'll have basically all of the Mirror Cup tournaments will be hosted East Coast and West Coast, hosted by Ghost Stadium, and it'll just be an awesome day of just tournaments, and they'll be shoutcasted by us. And it'll just be a great time. So the hope is to just bring in together like the top of the top, highest level competition, hype it up a lot, and just get a lot of PvP in that day.
Perfect.
And it should just be a lot of fun.
And
honestly.
Honda did send the tweet that includes the form that you can fill in to be considered when we check for the top players.
Yep. Now, if a champion signs up, do we make an exception if their rank is lower? That's
I absolutely, yeah, for sure. Like if
I suppose the
Smooth
champion's
or-
rank is 1, like above, or like 0 maybe even above even the top ace. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Which format are you playing here, Mason?
This is Twilight.
Twilight. Perfect.
Ross Pogo said he'd battle, but you're 5 days away from Ultra with him. So we could just go for 5 days and
Eventually.
just keep going. Alright, so we have a Muck mirror match, a Lilin Muck. Basically, the match is going to be hinged on whether someone can get a shielded acid spray. That's just going to be huge. So we'll see if Mason is able to get that acid spray shielded. And so instead he goes for the Dark Pulse. We'll see what Muck does in response, and he doesn't shield that.
That did a lot more damage than I thought.
Yeah, it does a decent amount. So you just got to be careful of like not shielding things too much against an Lilin Muck. So we'll see what. I mean, I'm honestly a bit curious what moveset he's running. Our opponent is running against. With his. Yep. There you have it, you guys. That acid spray with shield is not a good situation to be in. So we'll see if Mason is able to get another shield on his opponent, and he's not. So this is like one of those situations where it's going to be really, really close. He's barely able to edge out the lead. But now we're at a shield disadvantage, you guys. So it's not the best place to be in Twilight. You know, you just kind of don't want a shield disadvantage. But Wigglytuff here. Acid Spray is going to do not so much damage, but it is debuffing it at least before it's like a final little goodbye before a Muck goes down with those charm. So Venomoth here is going to do a lot of damage with those neutral confusion, and it doesn't really even need Poison Fang to finish off Wigglytuff. We'll see if it's barely able to edge out, and it's not able to edge out a charge move. So we're kind of picking up that difference here with the amount of energy that Venomoth has stored up. It is able to spam those Poison Fangs. You just never really know if it's going to be Silverwind or Poison Fang. But against enemy Venomoth, now let's see. Silverwind is going to be. Does Bug resist Bug? I'm kind of not sure here.
I don't remember either. I think it doesn't. I think they're fine. I think it's just neutral.
I think it is neutral, so I suppose between the two, Silverwind is probably better, but in any case, Togekiss comes out. in response to this Venomoth, it just doesn't really want to be taking too many Poison Fangs. But Ancient Power is just going to hit so freaking hard against Venomoth, so we'll see if it's able to take that Poison Fang, and it's just barely able to, with a charge move ready to go, and we'll see if he's
That's
able
pretty
to...
cool.
Oh, that's GG. I thought he had one more left.
What do you call that? AJ, did you read this comment right here?
No, what comment?
From Javier.
Javier, deberían seguir hablando de vez en cuando en español. Hay mucha gente que os ve en Latinoamérica. Bueno, muchas gracias Javier Andrés. Tenemos planeado hacer muchos más vídeos en español si hay la audiencia. We know that there's just a ton of Spanish-speaking PvPers out there with the amount of tournaments that they have with like 100+ people. We definitely see the appeal. And it'd be really awesome to get that train going. So,
and we also have a
stay
question.
tuned for more.
Yeah, for sure. And another question from Shadow Cold about Charm or Confusion on Galliate for Boulder. I think we were talking about for Twilight earlier. Was it for? But I'm not sure about. Boulder.
Well, it's not eligible in Twilight.
We're regionals is what we were talking about.
We're talking about regionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, do you want to take this one?
Your connection on the mic seems a little bit to be sparking there, AJ.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll lower my mic a little bit.
Yep.
Is it better?
But Charm on Gallade. Sorry. Was that the question for Boulder? Yeah. So I mean, Charm Gallade is like one of the best counters to Meta Champ. It's able to beat it very hard even in the 2-shield scenario, and there aren't a lot of options to pull that off in Boulder, fortunately. So I think 2-shield Meta Champ is going to be a central component to team building. You have to make sure that you're covered there, capacity. So I think Charm Gallade is definitely the way to go for Boulder, but probably Confusion and Freestyle like we were talking about earlier because of the other players there like Lantern and things like that.
One question that came up is from Muted017 is I'd love to see top players PvP Pokemon collection sometime. You just like to see us scrolling through.
That'd be pretty interesting. I think sometimes it's not fully accurate because they might have things that are kind of ready but they haven't powered up, or second move is not unlocked kind of thing. Like, I mean, if you look at Mason's collection, Blaziken is not there yet, but he can technically build one whenever,
Yeah, I've definitely saved some over time. I think I'm hovering around 60.
Wow.
Somewhere between 60 and 70 battle ready, and then there's just a ton others that are just kind of ready to go. I invested a ton in those like legacy trades, so yeah, it's kind of all over the place. So I think around most people that have just invested a lot in like scrims throughout the entire season 1 of Sylph are around that number or higher.
Yeah, if you want to talk about those that you've unlocked the second charge move, if you don't know the command, I think it's !move, and then it'll show you all the Pokemons that you've unlocked.
Oh wow. I just have a naming system.
Same. But for people who don't know that you can do that, Mason's been pretty holding on to his shield.
This is rough.
Long, but
Yeah.
The double weakness to ground looks to be punishing here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everything Swampert has is just gonna give Bastion like a rough day. So.
Good night, Zimba. 4 a.m. Super appreciate the dedication and sticking out with this. And
there goes Team Viewer.
Team Viewer died, but I don't think you would be able to come out of that, right? Did you come out of that?
Well, hold on. Oh, no. God, no. Stone Edge hit for like maybe a third of his health. Maybe.
Wow.
That's
Swampert's kind of, it's like a beast, man, with Mudshot and Hydro Cannon. That's, if it wasn't glassy, like if that was on something like Blastoise, it'd be pretty damn broken, I think.
It's crazy.
Ooh, Silicaton wants Twilight.
Oh,
That's
you were able to do one more battle? Okay, cool. I was about to pull up the Patreon screen already, but hey,
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna
You want to-
complain.
yeah, well,
I'm not gonna
Hey,
complain if
Mason-
you want to do
do-
one more. So,
Mason will
Yeah, we
battle
can have-
all night if you let him.
Well,
so becomes
Mason's
AJ.
gonna
Yeah.
Mason's gonna battle all night one way or another. It's just a matter of whether
Yeah.
it's gonna be
If
on
it's-
whether
stream.
you record it or
Whether
not.
it's on
Right.
stream or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm ready, Quartz, if you are to stream.
I'm going to try and connect.
Must be some weird dreams, you know? It's like he gets like a overtap on Venomoth on like a he's hovering around like that last matchup in the tournament. You know?
I've woken
They're
up
one-
in cold sweats and screaming.
They're 1-1
from...
and then
No
boom,
way.
he overtaps on Venomoth and he loses.
Waking up cold sweats to Pokemon Go. That
Waking
sounds
up in
intense.
wake up in cold sweats and screaming from switching in a Venusaur and then having a Fortress come into battle.
Yep.
Wow.
What does Slickatongue want?
Did you say Twilight
I don't remember
earlier?
what he wanted. Yeah, he wanted Twilight.
Alright, okay. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, you guys, if there's but what we're gonna be doing, for those of you jumping in late, we're gonna be the Spanish commentary. We're gonna be slicing it up, putting it in a separate video, and we'll see how popular that is, and if there's a demand for it. Well, I'll just I'll leave it at stay tuned. We have some plans for the future, and we'll see how that goes. So T-Tar against Golbat, expect an insta-switch. Azumarill comes in to respond to that T-Tar, and now Venomoth has a decent matchup against Azumarill. Those Poison Fangs are able to come out decently fast. Ice Beam is still going to hit pretty hard, though, so it's something to watch out for as far as the Venomoth goes. So Ice Beam, Play Rough being the most popular set on Azumarill, we were kind of expecting this. Poison Fang is going to come out, and Azumarill doesn't really need to shield all those Poison Fangs. It's a relatively low damage per energy move, but at some point it will need to shield if it's wanting to survive this matchup. Now it just kind of depends whether he wants to be at a shield deficit, whether he wants to be at a shield advantage, but reasonably he's going to probably shield that Poison Fang coming out. So Ice Beam is expected to come out. We'll see if Venomoth tries to tank this or he goes for the shield, and he does go for the shield.
Do it.
Basically forcing this Azumarill to
No
go down.
way.
Oh man, so close, so close. Because
What a
if he
chonker.
hadn't been able to get that Ice Beam out, being able to finish it up with Confusion definitely puts you in a decent spot. But now we just have decisions to make. T-Tar is going to be able to finish up that Azumarill. You know, we still have Golbat in the back there, and then Toxicroak is going to be insta-switch. Oh, no.
I missed that swap. That's
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
just brutal. Missing
hit me
that
with the
swap.
sludge bomb. Sludge
Yeah.
bomb me. Mucho
That's so
sludge-o.
rough. Yeah. That's rough. Yeah, missing that
GG,
switch, because
easy.
that's the thing, you guys. Those
No re.
Smackdown and Confusion, they're so slow in the animation that missing that switch menu is just devastating. Just devastating. So
Alright, Jan.
You ready to call it a day?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do our thing. Or your thing. For your...
Do the thing, yes. So we're gonna switch on to Patreon right at the end of every stream. Huge shout out to all the people who support us. I think we had the Patreon command pulled up earlier, but you can follow the link over there to go support us there. We still put out content. We try to put out content as regularly as we can for our Patreon members, but you'd also have access to a special Discord channel where you can ask our battle analysts any questions on team building, strategies, or any advice on Pokemon Go PvP. So go check us out there. We've got a lot of good support here, as you guys can see from all the names on the channel. We managed to invest in a couple of capture cards, which we will be using for live tournaments very soon, including actually one tournament for Saturday out here in the Washington DC area. So we'll be live streaming and shoutcasting that on Saturday. But I do think we will come back for another stream sometime before that. Either a meta discussion stream on the Mirror Cup. Probably not every single thing, but once we have set for 2 or 3 cups, we will come on for a stream for that. And then most likely a Friday night fights as well. So we're gonna go host, give a raid to Jesus Moon, I guess is that what you're gonna call it? I dropped by the channel earlier to check in. They're doing some Jungle Cup battles, and they are indeed speaking in Spanish. So
Nice.
Going on theme with what we've been going on for part of the stream earlier. You know, trying to show a little more support to the Spanish-speaking community. So thanks again, everyone, for chilling with us and joining the stream and for battles tonight. Thanks, AJ, for commentating, and Justin as well. And of course, one and only Mason for doing the battles. Hopefully we get to do more of these, right, Mason? Soon.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah. And yeah. We're gonna give a raid and then call it a night. So thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Hasta luego.
Thanks.
Hasta la vista, baby.